So now here we are, December 2023, new moon. This is the last new moon of 2023. And it also takes place officially tomorrow morning, which is the 12th day of the 12th month, which according to numerology makes it a very special energy.
I don't know if it's just Allison's computer that's gone a bit frozen. She's having a windstorm near her, and she wasn't sure whether she was going to be able to keep connected to us. So she might have had a change in her connection. So it's Janet here, and Murdoch and I are going to carry on and do our very best until Allison can rejoin us.
Okay.
Allison's rejoined us. You're unfrozen, love.
No, not. Hey, Janet. I think she's frozen on the rock again.
And you're muted, Janet.
Sorry, folks, I'm muted myself. Thank you, Murdoch. Thank you very much. I'm not as skilled with the internet things as Allison is, so my apologies. We'll know that she's maybe having a little bit of glitching. Oh, she's back there, I think. Allison, you're back.
You're muted.
Allison's muted.
I was just saying, I was saying to myself, and you were all frozen. Everybody was frozen. And I was saying, let's just get this show on the road just in case so we can get it. All right. So we're going to be moving into the Earthkeepers. And, you know, I don't know if we can blame them.
You're muted, Janet.
This may be a little frustrating for everybody. I apologize, but Allison and I talked about ahead of time is we're just going to try to wing it. So if y'all can just be on wings with us. And Allison was saying that she and I were saying that this is the Earthkeeper, right? And the Earthkeepers are the ones that know all of the wisdom, all of the seasons, all of the creatures, all of the ins and outs on our planet Earth. And so perhaps the wind is part of the Earthkeeper's magic tonight, and also maybe a bit of playfulness.
Maybe. Well, you know, I did say Sagittarian energy is very playful. It's
Yeah.
Maybe it's that, like, let's just, in the impulsive journey, you know, let's take a little side trip. All that stuff is very Sagittarian. Oh, there we go. I'm wondering if I can send you that description here. I'm going to see if I
in our playfulness, we will just imagine that this playful energy is also trying to help us to laugh and not necessarily find the frustrations in this in and out evening we're having tonight with our beautiful sister Allison. And I think it might also be playing with me a bit because I've been the reluctant partner in this sharing. And so tonight I'm being forced to share and to use my voice. So thank you very much, wind. That's putting some wind into my voice to make me step forward a little bit. So thank you all, sisters and brothers, for your patience with the Earthkeepers, right, and the fun we're having tonight.
Yeah, so I'm just going to see now if I don't even know if you can hear me, but I'm going to.
I can hear you, Allison. Yeah, I think the rest of the group are getting you too.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm sending you this. I don't know if you'll need to use it, but if you do, it's just my notes on the 9 rites. So that's the Earthkeeper rite. I'm thinking maybe you know, I've thought about several times sending it to you and saying, okay, tonight you introduced it.
Yeah.
Maybe the universe will say, Elsie, you should have listened to that. We were trying to tell you that real strong that Janet needed to take her turn. Yeah.
I received the information. Thank you, Allison.
Okay. All right. So if I quote again, I'm going to let you just take over. So the 7th rite. So this lineage is, they're referred to as both archangels and ascended masters by the Peruvians. You know, they're those great luminous beings who are considered guardians of our galaxy. And they are reputed by those who have experienced them and seen them to have human form and to be as tall as trees, to be really, really huge. Um, and these beings are known to have the truest and the broadest vision about the meaning of life on Earth and how we got here and what we're doing here. So they are, this lineage is referred to, because they have human counterparts who are walking the path, the same path as a steward for life on Earth, are known as, in the Peruvian tradition, as the Karak Akuyak. And so, as Alberto will say, they're not the ones who's got the greatest amount of science, background, or have all the, theories about how, the meaning of life. They act, or about, what we're doing here, the evolution of life. Rather, they have the perspective of life from the consciousness of the sun and the stars. And those great beings, those great creator beings, gods, who dreamed us here and hold that highest understanding of the potential of what our capability and capacity is as we grow and evolve here on Earth. So in the mystical Andes, they would be recognized as those ascended masters who communicate with the stars. And the word Kurak or Kuyak actually means masticator. So to masticate means to chew or to, break down food, right? So for example, the way a mother would do it for her baby who doesn't have teeth yet, right, would chew up the food, and then, it's done in all species, not just the human species, but the chewing up of heavier or denser food, so that the young can more easily digest it and swallow it. So that's what Kuyak means. It means, the great ones who have the greatest vision and perspective. Um, so yeah, so they're the ones who communicate. So when I think of who these Earth Keepers are, I think, for example, about Sirius, right? The star system Sirius, which is known as and throughout ancient history, as our spiritual sun and our spiritual home, and also known as the home of many of the celestial masters. So in some traditions, they believe that Mother Mary and Jesus both are masters who came from that star system, as well as others in other traditions. But they were certainly acknowledged. Sirius was acknowledged by the ancient Egyptians as being the source of many masters who had come to Earth at different and at critical times in Earth's evolution to sort of guide and to just oversee and make sure that humans were moving in the best direction. So for those who step onto the path of working in some capacity with the Earth Keepers, and now this will be your energetic activation and connection to that lineage, means that you're taking on stewardship for life on Earth. And when you do that, that's something that comes as a very personal thing between you and spirit, and why you're here on Earth at this time. It is said that you come under their direct protection, and that you can summon them and summon their power when you need it, in order to bring healing and to bring balance to any situation. So the rite of the Earth Keepers, if you stepped onto that path, which the shamanic path prepares you to do, you then are ready to learn the ways of the seer, right? And how to dream the world into being. And so that's why I say this rite and this lineage is directly connected with that foundation rite that you received, the seer's rite that activated, remember, your third eye, connected it to your visual cortex and connected with a crown of light, and then connected that crown of light to the heart, so that all of those ways of seeing and knowing could be integrated and connected. So is there anything you'd like to share, anything else related to this particular rite, Sister Janet?
I haven't anything to share, but one of the things that always touched me about this rite, and perhaps it's just because I'm a very visual person, is the beings that have human form, but are as tall or taller than the tallest trees. And I don't know again if any of you have had experiences of being in a forest. There's so many beautiful forests on the earth, and being around those huge tall trees. I know in Newfoundland they're 400 or 500 years old, but they're about knee high. So, but I'm thinking of the California redwoods and the places where they have those huge giant trees, and to be in that environment, you do feel their presence. And so that's a visual if any of you have those experiences. And even those sycamore trees, those beautiful knee-high 200 to 400 year old trees, they are also the tall beings, even though they have a miniaturization.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. You always seem to be able to bring things to earth, Janet, and just, bring it like right into our lived experience. I just love how you do that. So my story about the angels would have goes back to long before I started my shaman path. I didn't even know what shamanism was at that time. However, I was really felt connected to angels. And that was sort of how my spiritual awakening happened. I started to have these experiences that were, and synchronicities, and like this Christmas, people completely unrelated who didn't even know each other, like, were giving me angel things, angel gifts at Christmas. So things were I was like, that's strange. How did they know that, right? And I had taken a course with Lori Wilson in Guelph, and it was a course on connecting with your intuitive wisdom. She led us on many journeys over that weekend, and I had one that was quite profound. And so I don't remember where she was leading us. I don't even know. I assume it was a drum journey, but I ended up, as without any planning, I ended up out near the sun, out in the stars, and I had this imaginary, I thought I just made it all up, conversation with a big being, like a big angel. That's the only way I could relate to it. It was like just this big, brilliant being. And now, at the time, it was just one of those imaginative, interesting experiences or conversations that I had. And there was an experience to it, that it had an experiential component where I felt the wings of this giant being move in behind me, um, and I felt the warmth and the expansiveness of these wings. And I just thought, whoa, like I had an angelic encounter out there. and and after that, many things happened. Years went by, shamanic path and many other things, and I had, in different contexts and in completely different experiences, more of those angelic connections and experiences. So just this feeling of huge wings, feeling the warmth of it, like, and almost like physical, like physically there was someone behind me, and I'm like going, whoa, like this is really cool. Like looking behind me to see, what just happened, right? That kind of thing. So that's my personal experience of this. And again, what does it mean? I'm not sure, but it's just all of my connections with this Earth Keepers. Every time I move into the energy of this Earth Keeper Rite, that's the experiences and the associations that I have with it. So um, don't know what it all means, but it just all feels really magical to me, really, really magical. So I feel really excited to be able to share this with you tonight. And I'm also really excited and pleased that we've got Murdoch here with us. And Murdoch is going to as usual, bring some sound, give us a sound experience. And I hope you will use the chanting and that he's going to lead us in to allow yourself to open up to the energy of this. Oh, I usually open sacred space first, don't I, Murdoch? Do I usually do that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I do. Okay. All right then. I will do that. So anybody who has a rattle or a drum and you'd like to join me in the invocation to the four directions, earth and sky, I invite you to do that with me now. All right. So, to the earth. Great Mother, Pachamama, Sophia, Gaia, you who we know by many names. Thank you. Thank you, Great Mother, for being the one who's never left us, who's always been here for us, never abandoned us or rejected us. Thank you, Mother. Thank you. We've come here tonight for the healing of all of your children, Mother, the stone people, the plant people, the furred, the finned, the winged ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the many-legged, the creepy crawlers, all our kin, Mother, all those who are our kin who share this beautiful earth with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, turning to the north. Spirits of the north, we call on you to come to us from the place of the North Star, our guiding light. We call on you, great whale, you who come from the stars, great hummingbird, you who are the great journeyers and who know the way home. Come, bring our ancestors, grandmothers, grandfathers, the ancient ones, all those who've come before us, all those who will come after us. We honor you and we welcome you to this space tonight. Come, warm your hands by our fire. Whisper to us in the wind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, turning to the east, we call on you, great beings of the east, great archangels, great masters, to come and like great eagles and condors to fly over our medicine space. Come to us from that place of the rising sun of all new beginnings. Under this new moon tonight, may we experience a new, fresh new beginning. Thank you for helping us to fly high, to keep our vision high, to see that great picture and that panorama that the Earth Keepers enjoy, helping us keep our vision high, but to see the whole thing, to see beyond our own small vision, our own constricted sight, our own limited views, and to open up under this Sagittarius moon tonight to expand our vision. Help us see wider, higher. Thank you. Deeper. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome. Oh. Turning to the south. Spirits of the south, you who come on warm winds. Come, come, come. Like, bring that energy, that luminous light of the great healing serpent, the great Sachamama. Come wrap us in those coils of luminous light so that we can shed the past, the wounds, the limited stories, the limited beliefs, all those that are not true and not reflective of the highest truth, of that biggest, biggest potential. Thank you, thank you, thank you of all that we can be. We invite you to come and to help us remember how to stay grounded in the beauty of our lives and in the preciousness of all life on earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome. Oh. Turning to the west. Spirits of the West. You are the great protectors. You who come as a great jaguar. Pad round this medicine space. Protect us and mulch up any energy that does not belong here tonight. Anything that needs to leave. And we ask that you will teach us your ways, great jaguar. You who know the birth and have seen the birth and the death of galaxies. As we are in this time of great change, the dying of the old world and the birth of a new one that's arising within us, through us, and as us. Teach us how to stay impeccable, how to be fearless, to walk with courage, and help us to make that leap, go beyond where we are now, stepping into what's new and possible. Thank you. Show us the way over that rainbow bridge into the new earth. Thank you and welcome. Oh. Turning to the heavens above. So we turn to the heavens above and to all the luminous ones. We call upon, first of all, the great mountain spirits and all the mountain spirits, protector spirits, for all of us who are here today and who will watch this video later. And also the great keeper, the keeper of these sacred rites, Waman Lipa, Apu Waman Lipa. Abu Asangate, guardian of this lineage. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Humpway, come to this medicine space tonight. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. And we call upon all the celestial and luminous ones, Grandmother Moon and Father Sun, and especially all those star nations, and calling upon the great planet Sirius, the great star system, and all the ascended masters and archangels that we are stepping into. We invite you to be here with us tonight. The great lightning beings of great Sashta, great Atun Sashta, great star beings, to be here with us, to come in and to move in around us. Let us feel your great wings tonight, holding us in this sacred space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to the great originator of all life, you who we know by many names, and you who are the unnameable one. Thank you for bringing us all together and dreaming us into being, first of all, and then bringing us together so that we can sing the song of life and dance on this green earth one more day. Thank you. Bless this ceremony tonight and bless all those who are here, who have gathered, and all those who will gather later for this transmission. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. Okay. All right, so Murdoch, I'm going to invite you now to step up there.
Very good. All right. Thank you. And yeah, being the night of technical difficulties, I'm joining on my phone. Right now I'm at 18% power. And my charging cord is just cutting in and out. So hopefully, well, hopefully I'll make it through. Yeah. If I drop off, that's probably why. Anyway, I'm gonna share screen right now. I hope. So the mantra that I'm gonna lead us in tonight is it's considered to be the most recited mantra in the world. And we've done it before. It's Om Mani Padme Hum. And I thought it was appropriate, really appropriate tonight for the Earthkeepers, right? So Om Mani Padme Hum, the overall translation would be praise to the jewel in the lotus. And so the jewel kind of refers to like spiritual jewel. You might think of it as the crown, and praise to the jewel in the lotus. And the lotus more so referring to the heart chakra. So the individual parts of this mantra, Om, represents the sound of creation. Mani means jewel. Padme means lotus. And Hum represents the principle of unification. So the intention of Om Mani Padme Hum is to achieve wisdom and spiritual insight via the unification of the heart and the mind. So we'll recite it 27 times, and it's basically just toned on one note. So it'll sound something like Om Mani Padme Hum. And we'll, between those 20, or we'll bookmark it at the beginning and at the end with an elongated Om. And as a way of introduction to us doing the mantra, I'm going to play a sound composition that's based on the new moon astrological chart for the new moon in Woody Point tomorrow. At the time I have for it is 8:02 p.m. Unless I got the PM AM mixed up, but I think it's 8:02 p.m. tomorrow. So to prepare just for the mantra, just you can be sitting or standing with your spine as upright as possible, and take in a nice deep breath in through the nose and release. And again, in through the nose and release. And another one, deeply in through the nose and out. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum.
Thank you, Murdoch. I really hope that you're taking
You're
the
welcome.
opportunity to allow yourself to move into that space through the chants. You know, those chants have been developed over thousands of years and used to shift frequency and to change our vibration of, so that we can heal, clear, bring more light into our body. Yeah, thank you, Murdoch. Yeah, Diane's confirming that too, passing that on. Beautiful. And so now, Janet and I will invite you to prepare yourself to receive this transmission. And that chant was a beautiful way to set your intention for that unification of heart and mind and alignment with those earth keepers of old. So Janet and I will begin now. I'm just going to turn off my video here, and you're welcome to do the same. as we move into this ceremony for this particular rite, a Kuyak, the Earthkeeper rite. So first, let's open our 8th chakra here. Janet, opening it around ourselves, that personal sacred space, golden light. And open it around this group that have gathered here tonight, as well as all those who will come to this video and participate in this transmission at a later time, knowing that in sacred time, all time is now, all space fades and dissolves into the one space, into the one time, into the timeless and the spaceless. And now creating our group avatar, Janet. And now coming to stand energetically behind the group avatar. And speaking our prayer of blessing and of presentation of these brothers and sisters who have come to receive this activation tonight. And bringing our hands to the shoulders. Balancing energies, all dualities. So I invite you, wherever you're sitting is good, to open your palms on your thighs. Just have palms, hands open, facing up. As we come energetically now to the front of you, sitting in front of you. And bring our hands to your, first of all, your belly center, your center of right action. The power of right action to that, into the belly center. The power to manifest. And then coming to the heart center, the power of compassion, unconditional love. And then into the forehead, the power of wisdom, of right knowing. So those three centers and alignment down from the middle of your body, following your spine. And now we reach forward. I'm reaching forward to bring your forehead towards ours. So we meet forehead to forehead. Correct, 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 correct. Now I invite you to just move your head back. Just let your forehead just rest and integrate. I say this blessing, Great Spirit, I bring you today, my brothers, sisters, and I ask that you teach them your ways, the ways of the Karakakuya, the person who brings knowledge and understanding to this path. Allow them to know they are participating and dreaming the world into being. Open their heart to the beauty and the knowledge of the stars. May they know that we are all one. And may they allow the light of the stars to flow through and around them. Thank you. Thank you. Illuminate their ways. Illuminate their life. Thank you. So I'm going to now take you on a journey. So I invite you to just settle into a comfortable position and begin to breathe deeply, just releasing anything that's not needed on this journey. Nice big deep breaths in and just letting go. Allowing yourself to be held by Mother Earth, feeling her support, your connection with her while you take this journey. So allow yourself now to be transported from here and now to one of the ancient altars you may have visited back in the Daykeeper Rite, where you find and greet the day keepers, the keepers of the days who call the sun in the morning and put it to bed at night. And in the distance, you see a pathway leading to the mountains. So make your way along this pathway. As you walk along, stopping to gather a few stones as you make your way to the highest mountain, knowing that you're walking the path of the wisdom keepers, those who keep the ancient myths and teaching stories, the beautiful stories that shed light on the human journey, that lift people up, the way the mountains allow people to connect with spirit. You arrive at the snowy peak of the highest mountain and take a moment to look at the vistas spreading before you. And bending down, carefully place the stones you gathered along the way as an expression of the feelings that are filling you now. Feelings of peace, of love, of joy, and gratitude for the opportunity to be here on earth at this time. And standing tall now, stretch out your hands to the heavens and call upon the earth keepers, those enlightened beings who are stewards for all life on earth. Call on them to come to you. Come to me now. Come to me. Come, great earth keepers. Sense them gathering around you now. Sense how they deepen your knowing and your connection. And this is all happening beyond words. Feel yourself lifting up with them through the Earth's atmosphere, feeling Mother Earth behind you as you journey through space, through the blackness of space, towards the sun. Feel yourself reaching the sun, the warmth of the sun radiating out. And now turn to gaze back at the beautiful blue-green planet Earth, seeing the great oceans, the mountain ranges, the clouds, and all the living things, the green and the blues. Allow your heart to open wide, wide enough to take the whole of the earth and all her life inside you. And like all the earth keepers before you, allow yourself to begin to dream the most beautiful dream for planet Earth. A dream of harmony, of peace, of balance, of wholeness and healing and beauty for her lands, her oceans, her rivers and streams, her bogs, her burrows, her caves, her plants, on all her animals and all her peoples. Allow this dream to infuse every molecule, every cell, every bone and muscle, every organ, every atom of your body, and to spread beyond into your whole luminous field, sparkling with this beautiful dream. Radiating out from your heart into all the space and time that you hold and that you are. And looking at the earth now, allow yourself to be drawn back to her. Leave behind the heat of the sun. Feel yourself entering the atmosphere, feeling the deep moisture of the clouds, coming ever closer to the firmness of land. And touch down now on the top of that highest mountain, feeling the strength of your love for the earth, the beauty of your dreaming, and the intention of your stewardship dropping like dew onto the ground. Retrace your steps down the mountainside, past that sacred altar, and back to this place and this time with the fullness of the Earthkeeper's energy alive inside you. So now I'm going to close the sacred space, and you can just take this time to join me or to just integrate the experience that you've had. Oh, Pachamama, thank you, Great Mother, for the beauty of this life and for all the sentient beings that we share it with here, Mother. The stone people, the plant people, the tree people, the furred, the finned, the winged ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the many-legged, the creepy crawlers. All our relations, Mother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and blessings. Spirits of the north, oh great journeyers, whales, salmon, hummingbirds, thank you. Thank you for helping us remember that we're on a great journey together under this Sagittarius moon, also reminding us that we are travelers through time and space. Thank you for bringing all our ancestors. Thank you, grandmothers, grandfathers, ancient ones, for coming to our circle tonight to support this work, to celebrate with us this connection and this expansion that we are part of on earth at this time. Thank you. We honor all of you who've come before us so that we could be here today, and all of you who will come after us, who will get to reap the benefits of our being here, knowing that we are all one. Thank you. Thank you. We release you now and say, go in beauty. Ho. Spirits of the East, thank you for coming to us, great eagle, great condor, you who fly the highest. and see the furthest. Thank you for coming from the place of the rising sun and for bringing us this initiation today of the Earthkeepers and of the great visionaries, those who dream, know, as awaken within us even more deeply, that knowing that we are the dreamers who are dreaming this world into being. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you also for helping us remember to feel the wings of our own heart, to allow the Earth Keepers to teach us how to spread our wings wide and fly high, wing to wing, with the Great Spirit. Thank you for opening our eyes ever wider to take in all of the beauty, all of the possibility that's always all around us. Thank you. Opening our hearts to deeper levels of compassion and caring. Thank you. Thank you. We release you now and say, go in peace. Oh. Spirits of the South, you who are the great healers, you who come in warm winds, helping us remember to walk gently on this earth, to touch everything we touch with beauty, because we are the beauty. Thank you for helping us to shed whatever we were able to shed tonight. And in the coming days, help us continue to let go of what no longer serves us. All of the fears, all of the trauma conditioning, all of the limited beliefs, all of the stories, all the stories that cause us to repeat and to recreate things that do not serve. Help us to shed these the way you shed your skin, all in one piece. Help us grow new skins, fresh new skins. We say thank you, and we release you now and say go in beauty. Ho. Spirits of the West, great Jaguar, thank you for protecting this medicine space today. Thank you for helping us remember that we are the change makers, that we are the luminous ones, that we are those that never die, that are simply reborn again and again and again, as often as we choose, back into this beautiful earth or somewhere else, that there is just choice and freedom. Help us remember that we are sovereign beings here and courageous ones, that we are fearless because we know we are infinite and that we never truly die. Thank you for helping us stay courageous in the days to come and to keep our focus inward and upward towards the stars. Thank you. Aturango, we release you now and say go in peace. Ho. We turn skyward to the great stars, saying thank you to all the luminaries, all our guides and guardians, all the Earth Keepers who work with us and through us, as us, helping us learn the way of the Earth Keeper, to be stewards for all life on Earth. Thank you. Thank you, Grandmother Moon, in your dark face tonight, helping us see our own light and helping us be aware of how we reflect light even in the dark. Thank you, Father Sun, for being the portal to all the other suns and stars of the galaxy. Thank you. Thank you for illuminating our path and our way, for illuminating us on our evolutionary pathway back to the stars. Thank you. Thank you to the great mountain spirits, Apu, Kunas, Waman Lipa, Asangate, and all our own personal sacred mountain spirits who protect us and mind us. Thank you. And thank you. And to all the star nations who work with us here, who are helping us remember why we're here and who we truly are. Thank you. And thank you to the great central sun, the center of the galaxy, where resides the great originator of all life, great creator, great spirit. You who are the great mystery, thank you for dreaming us all here, that we could sing the song of life one more day. Bless this work, bless this group that have gathered here, and all those who will come to these transmissions and to this Earthkeeper transmission. Thank you. Bless all our friends and all our families and communities and our great Earth community, for surely we are all one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'd invite you, if you would like to put your video back on, if you would just like to quietly leave a circle and just go integrate. That's whatever feels right for you. If you'd like to stay and share any comments or anything you'd like to share. Sister Janet, would you have anything you'd like to share?
I was just drawn to bring the energy of the fire to the three centers, and to use the energy of the flame, of the fire, of that pure light, to feed these rites. And so I just felt to speak that. So if you do have a candle lit, or if you'd like to light a candle, just using your hands or your intentions, bring that light to your belly center, your heart center, and your mind, your center of your head.
And if you don't have your own candle, I have one here you can draw from. Thank you, Janet, because I did completely forget that. As you know, one of the ways, perhaps the most potent way of feeding your rites, all of the rites that you've received so far, is to bring the energy of flame and fire into those centers and into those places where the new tracks have been laid, for example, like your crown of light or your necklace of light. Right? So yes, so if you don't have a candle, you feel free to draw the energy from this candle. There is something very powerful and elemental about using real fire as opposed to, so that's why if you can have a little flame, it's a good thing to do every day. It's a little ritual. You can do it in the morning to just bring in new energy for the day. You can make it into a little morning ritual. And I've also used it as a nighttime ritual to bring that energy of flame to burn up anything, to transform or transmute any heavy energy that I may have picked up and gathered up during the day. So just bringing that flame and the energy of it into your belly, into your heart, into your forehead. And you can also do the little piece of paper or toothpick thing where anything is specifically that you want to let go of, you can just use your breath, blow it into the into your little stick or piece of paper, and then place that into the flame. Thank you, Janet. Now, anybody else like to share anything? Is there anything else, Janet, that I've forgotten?
It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Even with the funny ways the wind was affecting your transmission, I mean, not your transmission, your connection to the call tonight. It just, the whole thing has been very beautiful. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Murdoch. Thank you all.
Could you hear the wind while we were doing the transmission? It just started to howl, and the rain was like beating on the windows.
I could hear something. I actually thought that it was just your breathing, but now I know. Now I know it was the earth breathing.
It was the earth breathing. It was, and also, and the sound of the rain, of the I don't know if they were tears of excitement and joy, maybe, but Mother Earth cries, right? That's how she cries. In the I spoke in my newsletter message about Sophia being potentially among that group of Earth Keepers. And some of you will have heard me tell the story and will be familiar with it, but maybe not everyone. And it bears repeating because to me it's so beautiful. Again, this was part of the story of Sophia is very, very ancient. It was part of the ancient mystery schools, perhaps for thousands of years, and was held by the Gnostics. The Gnostics were, ran the schools of the day. Like they just weren't spiritual mystery schools. These were science and math and, and astronomy and astrology and all the sciences they were the academics of the day, but they also had, just like in the left eye of Horus and the right eye of Horus, the mystery schools of the ancient Egyptians, they were all part of that same lineage. And so the story of Sophia is the one that was that was destroyed, and the people were killed, and the most suppressed story of creation that's known on the planet, and was discovered in Upper Egypt in 1945 in what are now in an area place called Nag Hammadi. And so you can go and study those texts. But John Lamb Lash has written and compiled that story from uh, many years of study of sacred text. And the story of the aeons, which is just another word for gods or goddesses, who created the code or the genome for the human, and how that happened out in the center of the galaxy, and the story of this goddess who was a young Aeon, the texts say, so a little inexperienced, but anyway, in her passion for her creation and her desire to see them succeed because they were struggling, she literally fell from her home in the center of the galaxy in an event that had never before been happened in the creation. And she, over a very, very, very long time, became the dream that she had been dreaming of, what kind of environment would best support her, the being that she had helped design. And anyway, so beautiful. But when I think now about the Earth Keepers, I just feel really strongly that she would be one of those. She would be one of the Earth Keepers who was a very high level creator being that understands, especially when she was known for thousands of years as the wisdom goddess, because Sophia means wisdom. I thought, whoa. I mean, not only is she her physical form, our physical planet that sustains us, but she is herself, one of those wisdom goddesses, one of those masters who understands how the physical world works and what her, pet species, the human, would most need to fulfill its potential. So I just have a whole new appreciation now for this rite and all of the great beings that oversee the creation, and particularly our little corner, right? Because we're such a tiny little corner of the galaxy and of the galaxies, right? We know how many, well, billions, like just billions, that's all, of galaxies, right? And we're in one corner of one galaxy. It's like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. Clearly, there has to be intelligent life out there, right? Like the idea that people would think that there's no, it's like, oh my, that just is incomprehensible to me. And laughable that, such an amazing place that we live in, there would not be some fantastically friggin' intelligent life. So, but I think this new moon, oh, Pamela, yes, it might be, is conjunct to the galactic center. Anybody else like to share anything? I know I'm just monopolizing, but often it's hard to get people to speak. But maybe now you're warm. I've got you warmed up. Anybody else like to share anything? Just unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thanks, Allison and Janet. It felt very powerful to me tonight. And I was feeling kind of some buzzy energetics in my body, and then especially like on the part where we're forehead to forehead. So I just kind of felt a little buzziness in the third eye. And and my other impression too is that, like, even even though we were journeying into space, but it felt overall for me like very grounded at the same time. It just felt really solid somehow. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Murdoch. That sound always, your chants, and I have to say I love the sound alignment with the astral, what's happening in the astrological realms and the celestial realms. That just feels very potent to me. That goes right through me, even though I know the transmission of the sound isn't optimal, but still it goes right through.
I would agree with Allison about your chants and your sound, Murdoch. And tonight, for some reason, I had to move through the celestial sounds. I had to actually move my body, almost like I was doing a cobra. It was very, very interesting. And so thank you. Something moved there. I moved, but something else moved. And I was also, as Allison was talking, I was reminded of, I don't know if, probably in many locations, I live close to a city. So we do have light at nighttime, we have light pollution. So I had the opportunity to go to Jasper National Park here in Alberta and go to the Dark Skies Festival in October, and saw for the very first time with my own plain eyes, I saw the aurora borealis. But also we went to an area which was completely dark, and I saw the night sky in a way that I felt NASA probably has worse pictures than I saw with my naked eyes. The sky was just absolutely incredible. And so as Alison was talking, and during Murdoch Year Chants, and during Earthkeepers, I had that night sky that where there were billions. I could take a square inch of my vision and see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of light points of stars. It was absolutely incredible. So I know many of you may live in communities where you don't have light pollution and you can actually go out with your naked eyes and see many, many stars. I've never seen them so beautiful. So if you ever have the opportunity to just gaze at the stars in the dark, dark night sky, I'd recommend it.
Anyone else like to share anything? Everyone's very quiet. All right. Okay, well, I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight and wish you beautiful new moon blessings. New moon blessings, and whatever adventures you might feel called to take, whether inward spiritual adventures or outward adventures. I wish you much happiness and excitement and beauty, and may your eyes be opened to insights and to imaginings that are expansive and luminous. May they possess you, take you over in a good way, right? Of what's possible here on our beautiful earth. It's like our hearts, allowing our hearts to stretch wide enough to not be to stretch wide enough to take in the pain and the suffering, but beyond the pain and the suffering to the healing and to what the new that's possible. Sometimes we have to, our heart grows through pain as well as through possibility. So I wish you well and look forward to seeing you. As far as I know, we are having a solstice next Wednesday, a solstice circle. If any of you would like to share, I'll open it up as well in the newsletter. I'll invite you, and at the solstice circle next Wednesday, if you have a poem or a short story or a song or any kind of offering that you'd like to make at the solstice, and it's a celebration. Remember that on the darkest and longest day of the year, or night of the year, we bring light and celebrate the return of the sun. So it's a time to honor the sun and all that is light and bright and beautiful about us and about life, and to acknowledge its inevitable return. So no matter how dark things seem, in the darkest of times, the light will enter and will return. So that's what we celebrate, and I invite you to join me for next Wednesday. It's possible that I may reschedule. I may actually just reschedule the full moon, which is on Boxing Day. So it's on the 26th, officially Boxing Day, and that's when I said I would do it. I was feeling very ambitious, but it may be that it's not the best time for me, so I'm assuming that it might not be the best time for others as well, particularly around family visits and family time. So I'm going to seriously think about rescheduling that new moon, so skipping that full moon and doing the next rite and the next moon circle at the next first new moon in January. So I'm just giving you a heads up now, and I will send that official notice out in the newsletter. Okay, So good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy this new moon. Plant, and thank you for showing up and planting your dream, your beautiful dreams for the new earth into this field of creation tonight, which is what new moons are all about, right? Planting the seeds. Continue to do it as you fall asleep tonight. Allow yourself to dream some beautiful dreams. Bring in for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for, of course, for all our family here on earth. Thank you. Thank you. Dream big and dream beautiful, bold dreams. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.